Welcome to Yoga Play with Kelly, that's me. Today we're going to take it back to basics. If this is your first time, well then, welcome to the basics. Let's play. So today we're going to start with sitting on the mat. Now if you have any problems sitting, you can prop yourself up with a pillow or a blanket or anything like that. So just tuck it underneath the sitting bones and sit nice and tall. If the ankles crossed doesn't feel right for you, you can either come to a seated position, Sukhasana, so easy pose, or you can even come onto your knees. So, just like so. So whatever feels most comfortable for you. You can even take the legs out a little bit further so that it just feels comfortable, easy for you. We're just going to start today by warming a small warm up through the shoulders and the neck. So just take the eye gaze down and then look up. Just nice and easy, almost as though you're moving through water. So really deliberate movements. And of course, deliberate breath. So exhale as we're coming down. Inhale as we're coming up. Now just look to the right side. And as you exhale, bring it back to center. Other side, left side. And exhale, return. Keep that going with the breath. And again, that deliberate notion as we move through water. Today, we're going to take it back to basics. Sometimes I feel as a yoga teacher, we have this need to entertain all the time, but sometimes it's quite nice to go back and just work on perfecting the basics. Now I want you to just take the head to the left and then just gently roll it all the way around. And as soon as you get there, roll the other way. One more time each side. Noticing that breath, deliberate movements. And smile, well done, because you've made it to your mat. And if you don't have a mat, carpet is fine. The mat is not essential to our practice. Just roll those shoulders down and back. Nice and easy. Again, just gradually rolling it all the way down the vertebrae. And then other way. And just move. Having a little play with your body. Doing whatever feels good. Again, still that quarter quality. And then just wherever you are, deliberately, again, I want you to come to all fours. So just moving the pillow or the blanket out of the way. And setting the hands and feet. The hands underneath the shoulders. Knees underneath the hips. And we're going to spread our fingers wide to make a nice firm base for the foundation. We want to claw into that mat, right? So that we're lifting up into those palms and we're not dumping into the rest. Elbows turn back. Find the neutral spine and feel the length down the back of the neck. We're going to inhale to cat. Cow, and then exhale to cat. I always get those mixed up. They both begin with C. And the cat does this as well, right? So with the breath, intentional movement. And when you bring that head up into cow pose here, it only needs to come up just a little bit. Find the neutral spine again. Tuck the toes. And we're going to come up into our first down dog of the day. Yay! So we're going to press into the hands and into the tops of the feet with equal weight as we slowly press. Keep that nice bend in the knees. Maybe bringing the chest all the way to the thighs. And then have a little bit of a play here. A little bit of movement as we move through the hips, the arms. Maybe some clicks in the ankles. I don't know if you can hear mine. Clicking like crazy. And we're going to start here. Take a few deep breaths and just, again, lift the head a little. Quite often we tend to hang it here. Just lift it up as though there's a string on the back of the skull there. And then keep those arms nice and strong. Now I invite you to find stillness in your downward facing dog. And take a few deep breaths here, in through the nose. And let something go as you exhale through the mouth. One more. And then slowly walk the feet to the top of the mat. We're in our forward fold here. So we want to make sure that we don't have to straighten our legs here. We can keep them nice and bent so that we've got our chest coming towards our thighs. Now before we come up, we're going to really press into the feet, all four corners. So we're looking at the big toe, the little toe, the pad of the foot, and the heel. So really kind of rock back and forward to find where the center, where you can hold all of the weight in the center, right? So that you're pressing equal weight. We're going to come to a halfway lift. So we're going to use the breath to do that, because taking it back to basics means breath. Simple movement and breath. So big breath in. Nice line from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head here. Hands can be wherever. You might like to reach them back, or you might like to rest them on top of the thighs. On the exhale, lower it back down. Let's try that one more time. So inhale, lift. Still soft in the knees here, still lengthening through the crown of the head. Maybe nod a little yes, a little no. Exhale to lower. This time we're going to sink a little deeper and we're going to rise to standing into what's called our extended mountain pose. So big breath in, roots all the way to the tips of the fingers. And then exhale, bringing the hands back down to heart center. Now here we've got our mountain pose. Beautiful, nice and strong. Shoulders are back, we're lifting from the arches, still pressing that equal weight through the feet that we just spoke about before. Drawing the belly button in and squeezing at the back. It looks like a simple pose, but it's so much more when we engage every part of the body. So from here, we're going to start our salutations. And salutations is basically a range of movements that come together in a flow to create some heat, energy, and build some stamina. But remember, we're taking it back to basics. So simple breath, simple movement, nice and easy. Big breath in, reach the arms up overhead. Soften through the knees and then come all the way forward. Halfway lift, just like we did before. And then exhale to lower. Step back with the right foot as we inhale. And as we exhale, lower the heel down at the back. We're going to rise up on the inhale. We're pressing into that front heel, coming all the way up. Now our hands can be up here, but today we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to keep those levers down low. Back to basics, palms pressed here. Here is our warrior one. You can sometimes see warrior one with the heel off at the back, but I like to, for this one here, back to basics, keep both feet grounded, really to work on our foundations all the way from the ground up. So we've got the knee in line, running all the way through here, and if I just push in front of that knee, I should feel sort of like a sense of energy running through all the way up from the base of the foot, up this leg and into the pelvis. The same in the back leg. We're opening the hips here. Some people will use the term to square the hips off to the front, but that's going to really pull my knee out to the side, and it's going to do some uncomfortable stuff to the rest of my body. So let the hips open wide here. Have this sense of buoyancy and lift as opposed to sinking really deep. Lift and strengthen here. The torso is turned, similar here, in front. Palms are pressed. shoulders down at the back, and we're drawing that belly button to the spine. So this is our warrior one, whether it's here or arms just by our sides. Take a few breaths here, really sort of bookmark this page because we're going to come back to it. So bookmark this move and remember the feeling that you get when your legs are in the right position. Feel that energy. One more breath in. And as you exhale, just turn the back heel off and come all the way to the front. Palms, fingers spread to get that nice wide base again. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly move to downward facing dog. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff, right? So we want to have the knees bent, again, to account for that nice natural, those natural curves through the spine. The head is slightly lifted here, and the arms and feet, again, that equal weight, that distribution, right? And this is what we call our downward facing dog. So have a few breaths here, and then just play a little bit before finding some stillness in your dog and what works for you. And be mindful that the way that you have been doing your downward facing dog could be improved. It could change dramatically today with just a little bit more give in the knees, maybe allowing those shoulders to open up a little bit more, and even maybe lifting the head. So invite those changes by coming back to the basics and learning something new. We're going to come into our Chaturanga Dandasana, right? Woo, big word, fancy. So take a big breath in and glide forward. Now you can come down all the way, or the option here is to lower the knees. Keep those elbows tucked in as we slowly exhale and come down. So remember the breath is back to those basics as well. Inhale here, strong and long down the back, and then exhale to lower. Now we still want to push into the feet, the tops of the feet here. Keep the kneecaps lifted up, but the feet down on the ground. One more time. Inhale here. Eye gaze down to lengthen through the back of the neck, and then exhale to lower. Tuck the toes, and whatever way you want, come up into downward dog the way you want to. So have a bit of a play. Could be that you come into child's pose first, could be plank, could be anything you like. Find that down dog, again, that bookmark, the way that you feel, the way that feels good. Big breath in, and as you exhale, step forward with the right foot. Just like we did before. Now if you need to, when your foot comes here, just grab it and pull it forward if you need to, if that feels right for you. Heel comes down at the back. We're going to find our warrior one on the other side. So inhale to rise. And as you exhale, sort of settle into the pose. Don't come down too deep, because we talked about that lift, that buoyancy before. Instead, just find that little settling in breath with the exhale. Beautiful. Fantastic. Big breath in, reach the hands up. Turn the back heel down and fold to the other side. Bend the back leg to really step it up and place the feet underneath the hips. Halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale all the way to rise, pressing into those feet, lifting through the arms. Mountain pose. Let's do the other side. Big breath in. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift here. Exhale to fold. Now you're getting it. Left leg goes back to the lunge. Heel goes down, pressing into that front leg. Really energize as you lift up. Palms press. Remember that opening through the hips. Yeah, it's an asymmetrical pose, so our hips are probably not going to be squared. Drawing in through the tummy here, shoulders drawn back. Release the tension. Again, see what feels right. Does it feel the same as it did before? Do we need to make some adjustments? And come all the way down on the exhale. Big breath in. Exhale, step back to down dog. Chaturanga. Again, make those amendments. Little bend in the knees. Shoulders apart, drawing back. Inhale, come forward. Knees or coming down all the way, nice and slow. Exhale as we lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower. One more. Keeping that eye gaze down, tip of the nose down. Minimal weight in the hands here, and then come up back to down dog any way that you choose. Take a big breath in, yielding to the earth, so that big bend that helps us kind of come forward. Look to those hands and step forward with the left leg. Yeah, I had to think about that. Heel down at the back. And again, energize through that front leg as we rise. Check that knee's in alignment. Press into the back leg as well. Now, if you're thinking about how far the heel has to turn, people always have different things going on with their ankles. So whatever feels comfortable for you that allows the thigh to rotate inward slightly, all good. So work with your own body. I've seen people with their heels all the way out on an angle. If that works for you, awesome. Strong breath here. Coming back to the breath, back to those basics, right? Prana. And on the next exhale, wherever you are, turn the back heel off. Bring it all the way to the front. Step it in. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold all the way up from the foundation to the soaring of the arms, and then back here. Let's go through all of that again. A little bit quicker this time, still focusing on those basics, but let's see if you can really incorporate the breath this time. So big breath in here. Exhale, soften and fold. Halfway lift, inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Right foot steps back on the inhale. Heel goes down on the exhale. Inhale, press through the front leg. Exhale to settle down into the pose. Big breath in. Exhale, turn the heel down. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward. Lowering the knees. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to rise. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, press back down dog. Big bend in the knees. Thighs coming towards the chest. Exhale, right foot comes forward. Heel goes down at the back. Inhale to rise up. And then exhale just to take that seat into warrior one, wherever it feels good for you. Big breath in here. Exhale, turn the heel off. Rock it back and forth. Step it in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to low. You got it now. Big breath all the way up. Other side. Inhale, reach the arms up and over. Exhale, soften and fold. Halfway lift here with the breath. And release. Left foot steps back this time. Place the heel down. Exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale to settle in. Inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward. Knees down if you need to. And lower to exhale. Or exhale to lower, I should say. Keep those chicken wings tucked in and pressing on top of the feet as we inhale to rise. One more. And coming up any way you choose, whether it's child pose or plank. Big bend in the knees, inhale. Exhale, step forward with the left foot forward. Exhale, heel down at the back. Inhale, energize through the front leg. Exhale, settle in. Ooh, getting tongue-tied. I'm getting a little bit puffed here. Exhale, come all the way down. Rock it back, step it under. Halfway lift first. And then let it flow into the next move of coming all the way up. Now you can go through that as many times as you like, slowing it down, relishing every movement, and maybe focusing on different elements of the body, maybe core, maybe legs, maybe just breath again. But we're going to move on to our warm down. So, big breath in. Soften and fold, just like we've been doing. Step it back to a plank. Hold nice and strong here. And then take the knees underneath the hips. So remembering that this one is cow. And this one is cat. So inhaling to come forward. Exhale to cat. And I encourage you to have a little bit of a play in this particular position. Maybe moving the hips to the sides, maybe sitting back a little bit more. Inhale, come forward. Twisting, whatever feels good. One more. And then as you exhale, round off and come to a child's pose, extended child's pose. So hands out, spread on the floor. Just soften the forearms. And bring the head just touching softly onto the ground. If you need to, you can take the knees a little wider. Or perhaps bring the toes together, or take it further apart, whatever makes it work for you. Slowly bring the hands underneath the armpits or the shoulders here, and then press into the mat. Cross the ankles from behind and come to a nice set. Again, you can use the pillow if you need to for a little bit of assist. So we're just gonna, again, just do whatever makes you feel good. Do a little dance, sitting down. If you need to, if you don't need to, just carry on. Inhale, big breath in. And as you exhale, just slowly rotate the ribcage around to the right and take the eye gaze with you. We're sitting nice and tall through the spine here. There's no need for pushing. It's just very gentle, very restorative. Big breath in here. Exhale to the other side. And coming back to the center, take the feet a little wider. You might not want the pillow for this bit here, just move it or keep it there, whatever feels good. Take the feet a little wider than the hips, again sitting nice and tall in the spine on top of those sitting bones. And we're just going to move the thighs to one side, take the eye gaze back, and again, as though we're moving through water, come to the other side. So continue this flow with the breath, inhaling as we come up and exhaling as we spiral. So the inhale comes at the center. We're taking the eye gaze around as well. Just even it out wherever you need to go. And coming back to the center. Keep those feet nice and wide, and if you come off the mat, just put yourself back on there if you need to. You don't need to, remember. We don't need a mat to practice yoga. We just need to play and a good attitude and a frame of mind. Open up through the chest, little chest opener here. And then release. Now you can either come to a seated position, or you can lie down in Shavasana if you need to. So Shavasana is, for those of you who are learning the basics, is we lie in our corpse pose. Yeah, corpse pose, great name. Palms open, shoulders down, and we just, again, do some wriggling to fine-tune our comfort, even the toes, little wriggles there. And then again, just be mindful of the head so that if you've got a ponytail, you're not tipping, you're not opening up through the throat here. Instead, try and tip it forward just a little bit more. Maybe like nod the head a little yes, and a little no before you get settled in. You can also do this in a seated position and just find a few calming breaths. Notice the quality of mind and the state of the body. How does it feel? I hope you enjoyed going through some of the basics, going back to the basics with me. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely day. Namaste.